Well, thank you for coming tonight and listening to my talk, Driving with Air in Your Tires, which is a hilarious play on words. Okay. Well, let me start this out with a story. And it begins early in the morning, right, where I'm laying in bed and golden sunlight comes and hits my face. And normally that sounds relaxing, except this means my alarm has failed me because I'm late for work. So I get up crazy, right? I'm getting everything around. Now, this can happen from time to time, except today, I'm in a quick hurry, right? Because I have an 8 a.m. meeting that's very important with very important people. I cannot look bad. So I'm dashing around, get out of bed, eat my food, get in the car, drive onto the highway. Now, the morning commute can always be difficult, and today was no exception. And on my drive to work, I take a highway where 3 lanes at some point merge down to 2. Perhaps you know this. And there is a big sign that's very ominous that says, "State law, merge now." Well, I was late for work, so I just zipped on past that, and I pulled into the car right up there, right at the edge, but I gave the courtesy wave. I did the Oklahoma thing, right? We're all kind here. And I'm glad I did because I made it to my meeting on time. Right at 8, walked in, was confident, nailed it, and everybody thought I did great. They had no idea I was panicked. Now, a couple weeks later, I'm driving to work, and I have my Matthew McConaughey on because I'm calm and I'm cool. Because my alarm went off, and I see the sign, "State law, merge now," and I merged right then and there because I'm a good citizen. I'm a good person. It's what I do. I'm enjoying that when this jerk on the left-hand lane goes flying by. He was not driving that car, but he should have because he just cut me off. Didn't put on a blinker. He didn't even wave. What's this guy doing? So I did what any responsible person would do. I got really offended. Said, "What's up? Come on." And started saying, "Who do you think you are?" Saying other nice words. "What are you doing, man? Don't you know my time's important? Why are you so special?" I started freaking out. I got in line. You didn't get in line. Come on. Okay, time out. Do you see what I did there? I actually committed the fundamental attribution error. See air in the tires? And that's when I blamed someone else for the behavior that I had just done a few weeks ago. The fundamental attribution error is when you assign internal characteristics to explain someone's behavior rather than external factors to explain their behavior. I was late. He was just a jerk. Now, there's a couple of problems with this because people normally are good people. And once you see this, it's like finding Waldo and you can't unsee him. You realize this is everywhere. In fact, when was the last time someone offended you? What did you call him in your head? But the problem is we don't live this way. We're not like this normally. Normally, we are dealing with circumstances and responding to those. We don't have some deep character flaw generally. We're just late and trying to get there. And to make it worse, we as human beings have this interesting tendency, as my dad says, we excuse in ourselves what we accuse in others. Hey, I just made a mistake, but them, well, they're jerks. And if you keep getting offended like that, it'll turn you into a certain type of person that you probably don't want to be. It's grumpy. It's no fun. Frankly, it's exhausting. Gosh, aren't you tired of being exhausted? Well, there are 2 things that you can do. The first thing you need to do is assume positive intent. It's not about you, and most of the time, the person did not mean to offend or wrong you. Frankly, I don't know who I cut off that day, but I certainly didn't mean it. The second thing that you need to do is understand the circumstances that they're in. People deal with a lot of stuff. Sometimes you just have a bad day. And if we knew half the stuff some people dealt with, we would just give them a really big hug. And life is kind of like driving on the highway. We're all in our cars, we're all getting somewhere, but we're sharing the road. And there's a human being just 8 feet away from you. And it'd be weird if you just looked at him. But this is something we want to get inside of. Because when you realize that this error exists, you can rise above it. It doesn't excuse bad behavior, but it gives you a place to understand where they're coming from. So you can extend something we all so desperately need. You can extend grace. So the next time you're on the highway, 3 lanes merging down to 1, pump the brakes. Let that guy in. Extend that grace. Because chances are it's probably me. Thank you, guys. Thanks.